Good morning. Just drinking some tea. Detox tea after the holidays. Things that go on during these videos sometimes. And the sounds. I'm almost done house sitting at this place. So no more Yogi for a little bit. But he may appear in this video because he likes to be in them. But I was prompted to do a union reading today to see, like, how do they both feel? How do both twin flames feel at this time? I need to, like, for some reason, I always have to, like, stabilize. Everything's about stabilizing right now. Oh, and by the way, new masculine energies right now. I know it doesn't look like it, but they are making big breakthroughs right now. They are really starting to, like, all those things I described in the masculine video, like what they're about to do, like they're starting to gain the momentum. I feel like this. It kind of feels to me like a champagne bottle being shook up, or something being shook up about to explode. So pressure is building. I really feel that. So, and I just keep getting the dang wedding card. So many unions are going to be happening this year. I'm so excited. It's going to be a really, really cool thing. So, all right, let me start. Here he comes. Okay. Yogi, what are you doing? Okay. So, all right. Let me tune into the union energies. Well, they are definitely... It's kind of like they're just this much further behind us. They are thinking about us a lot more than we know. Especially, like, I talk to so many feminines and they're just like, I can't even tell. Like, there's the cards say one thing and then I haven't heard from him in forever. So it's just like, there's no way that he thinks about me like that. But it's just not true. From my experience with the tarot, it's incredibly accurate. And so many times in my readings, I can't even tell you, like, if somebody is in contact with their masculine and I do a tarot reading for them, they're like, he just said that. He just did that. He just, like, that's incredible, right? So even if you're not talking to him, the cards are still telling the truth behind the scenes. So you got to trust it. So, and I'm talking to the feminines right now, obviously. So, but they both want each other. They are both thinking about being with each other. They both have their expectations of what they think is to come. The feminines are ready for it. You know, they're pretty darn ready for it. It's been important that they go through all of this because it's really developed them in their perseverance and their strength in themselves and their resolve and their self-worth, and they really know their value and they know what they're okay with and what they're not okay with. And the masculine has also been going through an incredible transformation. He's not putting up with stuff anymore that he used to put up with. He's getting rid of people in his life that aren't really there for him. I'm looking down at purification and detoxification. They've been both going through that in their own ways. So it's really beautiful to see them both coming into their power at this time. Really beautiful. And a little emotional, especially for the masculines. They've been going through a little bit of a rough time, but they're also coming to some big realizations as a result. So let's take a look at these energies without further ado. Oh my gosh, I shuffled the deck and I moved it around and I still got purification and detoxification. How does that even happen? What? Okay, there we go. does it say down below? It's time to release physical and energetic toxins from your life. Isn't that funny? And I was just talking about the detox tea at the beginning. And that's garnet. So, these are crystal angel cards. The rock that they're talking about in each of these cards, like they're actually, the metaphysical properties of these rocks are actually incredibly helpful. I've seen it a lot in my life. People who are drawn to rocks, you don't have to be drawn to them, but if you use them, they do work. They're very powerful, actually. And I've been talking on Instagram a lot about the moldavite. Moldavite accentuates whatever rock you put it with. But moldavite does have, they called me the moldavite girl in Boulder here. But they definitely take some getting used to and some acclimating to. So if you do get a moldavite, just it can make your road to where you're going faster and smoother, and it really accelerates your growth process, and it really creates miracles. It's incredible. So whatever you're trying to do, put a moldavite with it, and it'll like double the power of it. Could double the power of it. Also, if you do get a moldavite and it's too intense, it's because the vibration is so high, it could make you nauseous. So just like put it away from your body for a little bit, and then try to wear it again for a little bit, and then put it away, wear it. So just get used to it, because it's definitely going to, it helps you stay younger longer. It helps you, I hear some of your responses. It's so funny as I do this, but it'll connect your head and your heart together. It helps you to heal your heart. It helps you to come to truth of your heart. I mean, it's really a very transformative thing. And don't be afraid of them. I mean, some people have talked about being afraid of moldavites, like either how powerful they are, or like they've been told that they have negative entities and things like that. And I don't believe it. I don't believe it because I don't choose to believe it. And I mean, I even had somebody come to me and tell me that like this one moldavite was cursed. And it was so beautiful, and it had a carnelian with it, like a carnelian at the top and then a moldavite down below. It was the most gorgeous necklace. And they said, well, we know you're the moldavite girl, so if it goes to anybody, it goes to you. And I was kind of like, okay, so here, this is kind of a challenge. Do I believe what I preach, or do I, get scared of this thing or whatever? So I looked at it and I held it, and there was a little icky energy on it, what I felt from it at first, but I think it's because everybody believed everything that they believed about it and had put that energy on it. But so I took that necklace and I put it out in the yard to help it ground, and I just had the intention of the earth pulling the negative energy out of it. But then I picked that thing up and I just loved the heck out of it. I held it in my hand and I was just, I love you so much. And you know what? I believe in you, and I know that you're good. I know that you are going to be incredibly transformational for me, or whoever I end up giving it to, or whatever. And I just felt it glow. I mean, I can talk to inanimate objects, and I could feel that thing just like, thank you, like total relief, like somebody believes in me, just like a person. And I slept with it. I loved up on it. I looked at it all the time and admired it. I put it up to the light, and I was like, you are so beautiful. And sure enough, that thing, now, if I wear it, people just like, they are just like, that is the most gorgeous necklace. So everything is energy, and everything is as you think it is. And that's people, animals, whatever it is. You gotta believe in the good in things. Oh, look at this. Unikite. Oh my gosh, that light. Answered prayers. All your great work has opened the door for divine solutions and support. Yay, Unikite. Unikite's really beautiful if you've ever seen it too. It's green and really pretty. So purification, detoxification, they're both going through. They're both praying, and they're both anticipating their prayers being answered, and they're going to be answered. So let's look at another one. Tiger's Eye, self-confidence through God confidence. Believe in yourself by believing in God working through you. So they are definitely working on their self-confidence, and they are doing that in many different ways. They're building their careers. The feminines are working on building their careers right now. They're really putting they're working on their bodies, also their body image. And the masculines are working on their self-confidence in terms of getting over insecurities they've had about past relationships and things like that. They're going through a lot of like Four of Swords energy right now is what I feel. And they're really reassessing everything that's gone on in their lives in terms of relationships. And they're like, do I choose to believe that anymore? Or do I choose something new? Or do I, take some time to myself for a bit before I jump into something else that could last the rest of my life? But they're really taking everything to heart. So this silence is a really good thing, because it's helping them really ultimately come into their truth and their power. And this is different than when they were pulled away and they were like just afraid. Now they're like facing their fears, and they're doing something about it, and they're making other changes in their lives to try to almost like kind of an acclimation, like we were talking about, kind of like, I'll try this at work, I'll try standing up to that person, I'll try cutting this person out, I'll try this. And they're like dabbling in all these areas of their lives where they're trying to like come into their power. Here comes Yogi. Okay. Okay. Charoid. Spiritual protection. You are being watched over and protected physically, emotionally, and energetically. I think that is very true. Like sometimes we wonder if there's like some kind of a block or a curse or something like that. And, there is if you believe there is. So don't believe it. And you can always pray, you can always do energy work, you can always do light language and things like that to try to see if there are blocks. I'm not saying that there can't be blocks, that there are blocks, but the more you think that there are blocks, the more it's going to bring blocks. So just really think in terms of like blessing the union instead. Like really, and always, our chakras get clogged or they start getting, stuck. So that's always going to happen. That's always going to be there. So it's not like you having this little stuck place in your heart is going to keep you from your partner. That's not what life is doing to you right now. So just know and let go of those types of concepts, and just trust that if you are constantly trying to align yourself with happiness, then and you're letting go of grudges and you're forgiving and you're setting boundaries and stuff, if you're working on yourself, then you're getting closer to your partner. And that's soulmate or twin flame, doesn't matter. All right, so one more, and then it feels like going to the romance deck. Okay, calcite. Busy times and multitasking. Taking charge of your schedule during this busy time and honestly assess your underlying reasons for being busy. Didn't we get this in the feminine reading too? Yeah, so in control issues. Utilize your God-given strength and power instead of fearing that others may try to control you. So these are all very valid things that are happening right now across the board for both the feminines and the masculines. Okay. There's the tarot deck. Okay, let's take a look at the romance deck real quick. Union energies, please, universe. We'd like some information about the union energies. So they're building romantic feelings. That's so sweet. They're definitely thinking about you. They're definitely feeling the warm fuzzies when they think about you, and they're changing their life because of you. It's like meeting you has made them into a whole other person. And I ask everybody this, I'm like, how has your life changed since you've met your twin or your soulmate? It's like, it's been tremendous, right? It's like you meet this person and you just want to be a better person. And that's also how you know you've met that person, is because like you keep reflecting back on them. Look at this. Worth the wait popped out. They both know that it's worth the wait. This incredible person has come into your life for a reason, and they are there to transform you. You're there to transform them and raise the vibration of the planet. Divine timing's at work in your love life. They both realize that too. You know, the cool thing about what the masculines are going through right now is they're finally not giving themselves too hard of a time. They're finally trusting the process of life and they're going with the flow of it. And they're saying, you know what? This is going to come together when it's supposed to. So good for them. Playfulness. Playfulness. That's the key from both of them, from both angles, the masculine and the feminine, are both feeling like playfulness is the key, and it really is. And I'm telling everybody that across the board right now. Like, if you talk to your counterpart, if you talk to this person, keep it really light and playful. Don't go into those deep subjects just yet. You know, you guys will know when it's time to talk about that. But while you're just getting back into communication, just keep it super light and fluffy and almost superficial. But just be supportive of each other. Don't sit there and go, oh yeah, well, what have you been doing all this time? And, you know, give them any kind of a hard time. Just realize that there's a divine reason for everything. And this whole time that they've been doing what they've been doing, it's been for a really darn good reason. It's to get them ready for you. And it's been getting you ready for them. So forgive any kind of grudges and work on that if you're upset. And I feel like some of you like sometimes get teared up about what's going on. Oh, yay. The next card is awesome. But it's like, if you do get teared up about this whole thing, if you get pretty upset about it, then it's time to definitely like take a look at what you need to forgive and what you need to look at. There's one exercise that I always recommend. I call it "Thank You God for My Misery," and it's basically you take a piece of paper and you write, "Thank you God that my masculine has been ignoring me for so long," or "Thank you God that that he's really hurt me. He's really hurt my feelings," or "Thank you God that my feminine has really pushed me and forced me and been trying to control me," or whatever it is, whatever's going on. List it on a piece of paper and write all the benefits and advantages as to why that's a really good thing. And do it back to back with a number of different things that you feel are going wrong in your life, and you'll start to see that will turn around for you. The way that you take a look at these things is much different, and you'll realize that it's all a blessing. Okay, so release your ex is the next card. Release your ex. They look kind of relieved. It's like, I don't know if they look kind of in pain, but they also look relieved. So I think on both parts, the next card too. That's so funny. Okay, so the masculines are definitely going through breakups, but it's also like the feminines are releasing their fear of the masculines being with their karmic partners. Some feminines are afraid, oh, well, they broke up now, so they're probably just going to go rush into something else. And it's like, try not to pigeonhole them like that. Like the reason they've been going through everything they've been going through is to be with you. So they're going through a lot of growth right now. They're not going to go backwards. They're not going to go back to those ways, to being a player or to going to those other girls that don't satisfy them anymore. They're finally starting to see their worth as well. And they're finally starting to be like, I deserve better than that. You know, what was somebody saying the other day? Okay, so this was like one of the divine feminines that I talked to is like, her masculine realized that he was seeing things completely upside down. Like the women that he was going after, he thought he was like seeking out gold, and he realizes now that those were pigs and that his divine feminine is the gold. So it reminds me of the hanged man energy with the guy hanging upside down on the tree. It's like he realizes, I've been looking at things just completely opposite of reality, of what they really are. And now I'm starting to see the real value of things. You know, they're starting to see on a deeper level what's really going to fulfill them in the long run. So they are expressing their love. Or the feminines are. I've been hearing some feminines reach out to some of their masculines, but in a playful way, in a lighthearted, sweet little way. Like, hey, I'm thinking of you. I care about you. I'm here for you. You know, just something really lighthearted that isn't putting any pressure on, that's just letting them know that you care and that you think about them. I think that's a good idea. There's nothing wrong with that at all if you feel like doing that. So trust. Trust in this process. Trust that everything is working out just like it should. Trust that you're going through what you need to be going through. Keep your mind on yourself and improving your own life, whether you're the masculine or the feminine. Just keep your counterpart in mind and keep working toward your goal. Your not your goal, because that kind of puts expectations, but work toward a better you. I mean, really, honestly, it's like the beginning of the year is a time to really reassess where you're at and to say, do I really want this stuff in my life anymore? And I really feel you guys are going through this. You could even be, it would be really cool as if at this time you could make a list of everything you want to happen this year and like make a wish that all those things come to you. And the next year, you'll be able to look back on that list and see what a great manifester you are. Both the feminine and the masculine are super powerful manifestors right now. So it'd be incredible to look at it next year and see all that you accomplished. So dream big with that list. And if you haven't accomplished something next year this time, then you'll just write it on the next year's list. Okay, they said one more. Yeah, make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So see what it is that if you feel like reaching out to this person, reach out. Don't. Even if you're the one that makes all the effort at first. I mean, I know it's like, I don't usually say this. I usually say, like, if you've been the one making all the effort, completely back off and do not communicate with them whatsoever. But I think if you're feeling it, if you feel, you always have to check with your intuition on things. But if you're feeling it and you feel like sending something sweet, I think that's a really great idea. But don't do it out of forcing or coercion or trying to get something from them. Make sure that you're doing it out of just love and out of affection and out of just poke, both the feminines and the masculines. It's like I've been hearing from my twin flame and my soulmate right now. And there have been some pretty sweet exchanges. So it's like, they're coming out. They're coming out. They're little tiny bits at a time, but they're coming out. And some of them have been like pretty destroyed by whatever they've gone through in their breakups. So keep that in mind, that some of them have taken a real hit to their self-esteem. So they're just licking their wounds right now, trying to get themselves back together. Okay, so let me tune into anything else I can get for union energy. What I feel is a bunch of packing. I feel like people are going to really be doing a lot of moving to be closer together this year. And this isn't a yearly thing. This is for January, but what I'm seeing is a lot of people like reorganizing their stuff, going through and getting rid of things, and then getting better organized, stacking up boxes. Me and another feminine said that for a while now we've been like saving up boxes and bubble wrap, and haven't quite known why. But something's up around the bin. So that's one. Another one is like spring cleaning. I just saw like some of the masculines like taking somebody by the collar and the pants and like throwing them out the door. So nice. That's nice. They're getting their power back. It's just so beautiful. What else? They're both praying. They're both really praying, and they're having faith that their prayers will be answered. I think that is so beautiful. And if you guys don't know the power of prayer, and you haven't listened to my podcast, definitely do that. It's www.thesatorishow.podbean.com. Every Sunday at 6:30 Mountain Time, I take calls and do free readings. So you should take advantage if you haven't done that. But one of the last couple of episodes talked about the power of prayer, and how I had this coworker that I work with that I did this prayer in front of him or around him. And it was just me doing light language, I think, on somebody who had asked me to help in their situation. And so I was just kind of doing this type of action, like I do sometimes with, like, this is my energy work that I do. This is Qigong. When you see me doing this type of stuff, that's Qigong. When you hear me doing the language, that's light language. So anyway, apparently he saw me doing Qigong or something like that, working on somebody's energy, one of my clients. And he felt like this incredible wave go through him. And he wasn't anticipating it, and he's new to all of this. He was not expecting that. But he said that he was so stunned that he couldn't talk, and he couldn't talk about it for a while, like a week. He said that he was telling his roommates about it and stuff, like, you wouldn't believe this girl did this thing with her hands, and I felt a wave go through me, like a shock wave. He said it was super intense. And he said ever since, he says, do you have more business cards? He says, I'm passing them out to everybody. And he says, I believe in you so much. Like, you're the most incredible thing. And he starts going on and on. And I was like, thank you. But he's like, it was really neat. And he talks about it in that episode of the Satori show, and describes it in great detail, like what he experienced when he went through that. So the power of prayer is extremely powerful. And when I say prayer, I say that loosely. It could be energy work. It could be light language. But if you're working to bless someone or make their life better by sending energy toward them or whatever that is, it's extremely powerful, especially if you believe it is. So I just heard, like, according to your faith, will it be done? So that's another message. It's about what I was just talking about, but it's also about having faith in your connection with your person too. So it's like with the law of attraction, you make a wish, you put it out there, and you're confident it's going to happen. That's another good reason to write it on your list. Write down on your list, even like, this is going to happen in January, this is going to happen in February, this is going to happen in March. Go through every month and, like, write down everything that's going to happen. And you might just make it happen. Have faith, write it down, let it go, and, like, let it happen. And see if it does. That'd be so cool. Okay, anything else, you guys? I get very soon. You've heard the patient's message a million times by now. But they're saying it's definitely good. They said I never addressed the worth waiting for card. I mean, I just felt like it was kind of self-explanatory, but they're also saying that it really is going to be worth the wait, and it's also going to be worth the effort. These guys, when you first met them, you could feel it. You could tell how sweet they were. You could tell that you guys had touched each other's souls. You guys access something in each other that they don't show other people. You're very special to them. When you reach out to them, even if they've rejected you, even if they've hurt you, even if they've done whatever they've done to push you away, you've really touched their heart at a core level that can never be taken back. There's like a bullet, there's like a love bullet in their heart that now everything is kind of healed around. It's a permanent placement in their heart. And you'll forever be there. So just know that, and know that, he will never be the same. She will never be the same. She felt the same way about you if you're masculine. You guys deserve each other, and you've been working hard to feel like you're lovable and to feel worthy of this love. So it's time. If you feel like, you know what, I am an awesome person, I do deserve to be with somebody who's super awesome too, and we can make a really big impact in this world, and I want to support this person because I just think this person's incredible, and I want their dreams to come true, and I want to do whatever I can to make their life better and my own life better, and I just want to be on fire with this person, and I love my body, I love who I am, I love my job, I think I do an incredible job at my job. I feel like if I'm lacking in anything, I can change it. I can make it happen. This is reminding me of like the King of Pentacles. Like, he's got the Midas touch. He knows he can make anything happen. And the Magician. And the King of Pentacles is also like my hubby card. He realizes that he would actually make a pretty damn great husband. And they're coming to that realization right now. And so is she. So both of them are coming into their power, rising into the kings and queens that they are. And if that's you, and if you feel really good about yourself, And if you feel like you're willing to talk to him and forgive him, and if he feels like, you know what, I'm kind of excited about this, I'm going to get past my insecurities, I'm going to reach out to her and make this thing happen, this is the time. And this is for you. And this is going to happen. So just know that it's going to happen and set your mind at ease. Okay. So I think I've been blabbing long enough. And hang on, I'm going to say one more thing. They're actually talking about animals. They're saying not to discount the power that animals have as well. Like they can really help transform energy. So if you're feeling down or low, or you just need a pick me up or anything, like I've seen cats. He just looked at me. I've seen cats do energy work on people. There was one time I was talking to one of my feminines, and I was doing this thing that I do with my hands, and then I started doing this type of action, and then I was like, what am I? And then I said, is Rocky there? And she says, yeah, how'd you know? He just jumped up on my lap. And I started laughing, and I said, he's helping me do energy work on you. And she was like, oh my gosh, Rocky. So, pet an animal, pet a cat. Their purr is incredibly powerful as well. Go play with your dog, go outside with your dog, your cat. If somebody, I can't have an animal right now. So any chance that I get to be around animals, I do. If I can pet sit, I love doing it. Yogi's been incredible to have here. He's probably gonna get mad at me because I'm moving him and he's comfortable. But this is Yogi, and he's so sweet. And he helps me heal, So don't forget the animals in your life. They're put there on purpose. And they're sweet little blessings. And they open up your heart and they heal your heart. This little guy's like my little best friend right now. So, love you, baby. I love you, sweetheart. You're such a little angel. You know that? So don't forget them. And I'll do a light language blessing for you to help with this union energy, to help you kind of land your plane safely when it comes to union. So you want down now, hon? No? Okay. So I'm just relax, drop your shoulders, be receptive, and just feel this energy that I'm going to send your way. Oh. What are you doing? Oh, now he's purring. Are you purring? You're going to help with this? Okay. I'm going to do my best to get through this with him laying on me like this. Oh, he wants to go upside down, I think. There we go. Yeah. There you go. Okay, here we go. Asha imo konsa ay laborana dai. Haha umbo konsa dapa ai. Asisin ko po shon sa dipinda ala nda dai. Hapa umbo konsa lapodro so nda dieza. Akipimo umbo zona ala kida nda tai. A abo sho nzati kinida bola umdari. Sambaro kona a apo uncha sakepa. Lesisi kumbo unsho sende ndala krei na na. Apupun so ki sa nala elmbora arai. Oso nze indakai bon sa ikoshosa de tabora nandaki. Okay. So basically what I saw was a rainbow over a couple that were getting married. Not that everybody has to get married. If you don't want to get married, that's not a big deal. But I think it's just like two people. There were two people coming together holding hands, and they looked like they were getting married. So, and there was a rainbow over them. So they're incredibly blessed. They are incredibly protected. Don't worry about your union being affected by outside parties or anything bad or evil, or don't worry. You guys are very protected, and the universe wants you to come together, and they're supporting it. So trust. Trust and love up on an animal today. All right, have a beautiful day, you guys. Bye. Snuggle.